Hi everyone. Well, we got some ideas last time, and I'm going to follow on from that somehow. I'd lost this little bit that I'd done, so I did another one, but quite like that. Quite like the silhouette. What else do we have? Those. Just going to trim this down a little bit. Now let's say that was there somehow. And we were talking last week about obscuring some of this, like we can cut bits out if we want. And then we were looking at maybe that obscures it a little bit. So I'm just going to pop some little bits in there. It's a bit better. And can you see how the torn edges worked best on that? I'm just going to leave that like that. And I want something to put over it. Take a wee bit of this. And what other bit have we got? I was also looking at these, wasn't I? Why do I like it? Just looks natural. Pop a few bits in and see. Right. So this stuff was a interfacing or a stiffener, but you could use a thicker paper, something. Just wanting some overlay over it, and I did look at using this. Just pop that there for the moment. This one, but it's very frayy. I don't know. No, I'm going to look for a different overlay. Let's just look at this first, see what this smoky grey does to it. Don't mind that. I might cut some little bits out so we have a bit of that cloud will be brighter then, you see, instead of just an expanse. I'm just going to pop that like that. I know I want to use something like that. Ah, you see. Move some things over. Don't know whether I've obscured it too much, but I can always add more, can't I? So, what I'm going to do first, I think, is add that layer. And just pick out some of those lines to start with. Oh, it's still a bit big, isn't it? That's okay. Have it like that. So this lot can move over more. There. again.
You'll spend a lot of time moving things around and deciding how you want them, top layer, bottom layer, middle layer. But that's all part of the experimental process. And I actually lose that nice silhouette we're looking at then. So I'm going to have to find where it dropped to and add it in at the end. Maybe next, part 3, when we finish.
I need a longer piece, really. So we'll do the same. Just gonna oh, that's nice. And some holes in the main part. Just manipulating fabric like this to see what it will do is so gratifying. And can you see how we get some of those blue bits showing, but not too much? There. What else did we have that we wanted to put in? Let's find those bits first. I use these glittery things sparingly, but really I want it to be like frost, and it seems to suggest it, really, that shine. I'll pop in this bit of lace as well. Remember how I said I thought that acted like snowy grass? So if I put it up there. And this one. Getting complicated. So what I'm going to do is start putting some stitches in, and that will be where it's going to be. Start with a white. To about there, that's ample. I'm going to start up here. So I really want to get this thing happening now. And I'm just going to running stitch across. There. Now I don't need to go any further than that. And I won't throw any of these scraps out because I know I can use them.
It's amazing how simple running stitch it is, but also it can be effective. Can you see here how it's created those lines in the sky that mimic around the clouds and maybe strings of fog through the air, mist?
This is how we left this. Well, not quite. I've done some stitching across to hold things down. I've decided I'm going to put in some little bits of colour there and this over the top so that I have those little bits showing through. Maybe some of this silvery kind of mesh and that at the front, and pretty well something like that. All right. Now I'm going to just do some lines across here just to make sure it's there, and then we can pick it up and we'll be able to play with it a little bit more. Well, I'm thinking this is probably a good place to leave this at the moment, and we're going to have to do a part 3 because I would like to do a lot more to this one. But I wanted to show you how we've used our bits. I've got them in the background. They're not quite what I wanted, but I haven't put this one in yet. See? Can't decide yet where I want to put it, but might put another one in. Who knows? But I do like this. I do like, there, can you see that we can see little bits of that through? It's already looking like grass coming up through the snow, something like that. And this ripply fabric, I can ripple it more if I want, cut holes in it, fray it, what have you. But I'm thinking, well, it's kind of worthy of spending my time on and doing a third part where we'll complete this and do the stitching. So I hope that you will join me. I think it's going to be fun.
Well, thank you for joining me on that. I'm going to look for that lost tree silhouette that is somewhere on the floor, I'm sure, and pick it up and continue with stitching next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next week, part 3, the end.